The IMF have warned that a no-deal Brexit could pose a threat to the global economy, with the fund stating that Britain leaving the EU without an agreement is a major factor that could affect global growth. Commenting, the principal risk factor to the global economy is that adverse developments, including further US-China tariffs, US auto tariffs, or a no-deal Brexit, sap confidence, weaken investment, dislocate local supply chains, and severely slow global growth below the baseline. New UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pledged to take Britain out of the Union by the 31st of October, with or without a deal. In its update of the World Economic Outlook, the IMF downgraded its forecast for global economic growth for a fourth time since October 2018. They've also revised down their prediction for growth in 2019 and 2020 by 0.1% since its last forecast in April this year. Other factors affecting the downgrade include the ongoing trade war between the US and China that saw the US increase tariffs on $200 billion worth of Chinese goods from 10% to 25% in May. US auto tariffs are another factor they have taken into account, as well as the impact of sanctions against Iran on oil prices. The IMF noted that there were positive surprises to growth in advanced economies, but weaker than expected activity in emerging market and developing economies, thus seeming to prove President Trump correct in his claim that his protectionist measures are hurting China more than the US. The Washington-based organization upgraded its forecast of US growth this year from 2.3% to 2.6%, but downgraded China from 6.3% to 6.2%. In their blog, the fund have recommended that sluggish global growth calls for more supportive policies. Uncertainty has led to reduced investment, with investment moving closely with global trade growth. Manufacturing industries appear to have been hit worse than the service sector. Consumer sentiment, however, remains strong, with unemployment rates reaching record lows and wage incomes rising in several countries around the world. The need for greater cooperation is brought to the fore, with the IMF stressing the importance for countries to work together in addressing major issues such as climate change, international taxation, corruption, and cybersecurity, as well as the opportunities and challenges of newly emerging digital payment technologies. The International Monetary Fund's chief economist, Geeta Gopinath, believes that the ongoing threat to the world economy is down to trade and technology tensions. Speaking at a news conference in Santiago, Chile, she stated, "A major downside risk to the outlook remains an escalation of trade and technology tensions that can significantly disrupt global supply chains." The fund added that global growth is sluggish and precarious, but it doesn't have to be this way, because some of this is self-inflicted.